Elon Musk tried to warn the West about something most people completely overlooked: the Philippines. But hardly anyone paid attention. Now, the West is playing catch-up. In a world obsessed with AI, automation, and the next big digital leap, one man took a different path. While CEOs were busy betting on machines to replace people, Elon Musk saw something the rest of them missed. Not some futuristic robot or a brilliant line of code, but a group of people with the power to shape the future: the Filipino workforce. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, his message echoed, but it was mostly ignored. Fast forward to today, and suddenly, things are shifting. Industries are panicking to stay ahead, and all eyes are turning back to what Musk tried to highlight years ago. So, why was he ignored? And more importantly, what happens now? Picture this: the world's top innovators, the billionaires shaping the digital future, completely missed a game-changing truth hiding in plain sight: an entire country full of resilient, smart, and deeply capable people. One man saw it coming: Elon Musk. While others dismissed the Philippines as just another outsourcing hub, Musk made a quiet but bold bet. He saw the potential before it turned into a global force. And now, everyone else is just showing up. So how did it happen? How did a nation once labeled cheap labor become one of Asia's fastest rising stars? How did Musk's early belief in Filipino talent give him a lead over giants like Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg? And seriously, how did the West miss all the signs? Let's not forget, Musk has a track record of being ahead of the curve. People laughed when he predicted electric cars would take over. They rolled their eyes at reusable rockets. And yet, he proved them wrong, again and again. And this might just be another one of those moments. Because the real question is, what exactly did Elon Musk see in the Philippines? And why is the rest of the world now scrambling to get in on it? What you're about to discover could flip your view of the global economy upside down. And it starts with a people the West never should have underestimated. Filipinos have the grit, the brains, and the drive to fuel some of the most advanced tech projects on the planet. While critics laughed at Tesla and called SpaceX a rich man's daydream, Musk was already making his move, quietly and with precision. At a time when the Philippines was dismissed as just a call center destination, Musk looked deeper. He saw engineers, coders, and innovators, problem solvers who could build the future. Tesla needed flawless execution. SpaceX demanded bold innovation. And Musk knew exactly where to find it. So again, why did the West brush it off? Today, with global companies struggling to find talent, it's becoming obvious the Philippines isn't just catching up, it's pulling ahead. That hidden wave of talent? It's front and center now. Musk didn't just see workers, he saw visionaries. He saw Filipinos not as a labor force, but as a creative force. While traditional companies stuck to outdated hiring models, Musk quietly recruited Filipino engineers to work on frontier tech: AI, robotics, space systems. He built, behind the scenes, a silent army of brilliant minds. And then came a major move: Starlink. In 2022, Musk launched Starlink in the Philippines, making it one of the first Southeast Asian countries to access his satellite internet. But this wasn't just about better downloads, it was about unlocking potential. For years, brilliant Filipino freelancers, developers, and creators were held back by weak internet, slow speeds, constant disconnections. No matter how talented they were, they couldn't fully compete on a global scale. Until Starlink changed everything. Suddenly, lag vanished. Calls were crystal clear. Developers in Manila were syncing in real time with teams in Berlin and San Francisco. Startups in Cebu were pitching to global investors with zero glitches. The world still saw the Philippines as just an outsourcing hub, But Musk, he saw a future tech powerhouse, and it wasn't just about connectivity. It was about people, about potential, about betting on a future the West overlooked for too long. Why? Because the West kept trusting broken systems. They clung to IQ rankings and outdated views of intelligence to decide which countries mattered. Time and again, those systems put the Philippines behind countries like China, Japan, and South Korea. But here's the truth they missed. IQ tests don't measure hustle. They don't reflect resilience. They don't see brilliance born from hardship or creativity sparked by necessity. That's where Filipinos shine. Musk saw what others didn't. While the West clung to stereotypes and test scores, he paid attention to results. And those results, they're everywhere now. Filipino engineers are powering Silicon Valley startups. Filipino scientists are making breakthroughs in medicine. Filipino cybersecurity pros are guarding the world's biggest banks. And when it comes to aerospace, you'd be surprised how many SpaceX parts have Filipino fingerprints on them. Elon Musk placed a quiet bet on a nation no one was watching. Now, that nation is proving him right. So the question isn't whether the Philippines can rise. It already is. The question is, who's finally ready to listen? Because this isn't just a tech story. It's a wake-up call. While other billionaires were stuck chasing metrics, Elon Musk bet on people. Real talent, real resilience. And now, the question is it too late for the West to catch up? Because while Western leaders were still ranking nations on outdated charts, Filipinos were already building the future, often from behind second-hand screens, shared desks, and unstable internet connections. But that didn't stop them. While the world was sleeping on them, they were waking up to their own potential. Meanwhile, something remarkable was unfolding elsewhere. Countries like Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan, once behind the Philippines in development, started to rocket ahead. Their leaders doubled down on education, technology, and innovation. They welcomed foreign businesses, built modern infrastructure, and rewrote the playbook for economic growth. In contrast, the Philippines found itself tangled in political drama, slow reforms, and missed opportunities. While its neighbors soared, it stumbled. But that wasn't the end of the story. The tide is turning again. Today's generation of Filipinos isn't waiting for anyone's permission. They're launching startups from small-town cafes, learning machine learning on crack smartphones, and coding solutions to global problems in tiny apartments and co-working spaces. It's not just a comeback. It's a quiet revolution. And Musk? He saw it coming. He saw what most tech giants missed: the hunger, the grit, the brilliance born not from privilege but from persistence. While other CEOs poured billions into oversaturated markets, Musk turned to the overlooked. He didn't just see the Philippines as another market. He saw a partner in building the future. With Starlink lighting up even the most remote provinces, Filipino tech talent is no longer operating from the sidelines. They're in real-time collaboration with the world's best. No lag, no limitations. They've moved from backroom support to frontline innovation. They're not just following trends. They're setting them. The question now isn't whether the Philippines can rise. It already is. The real question is whether the world is ready to keep up. Because the myth is broken. The narrative has changed. The underdog is out of the shadows and leading the charge. Once upon a time, Singapore trailed the Philippines economically. But with the sharp leadership of Lee Kuan Yew, Singapore transformed into a global business hub. It cut bureaucracy, embraced tech, and built a brand of speed, reliability, and innovation. Meanwhile, the Philippines got caught in a cycle of political instability, heavy red tape, and inconsistent policies, missing golden chances that could have changed its future. Still, that wasn't the end. By the 2000s, things began to shift. The BPO boom, improved credit ratings, and a more stable economy signaled that the Philippines was starting to get back on its feet. But lingering issues, poor infrastructure, corruption, and protectionist policies held it back from truly taking flight. It was never about a lack of talent. The Philippines had that in abundance. The real question was, could the country finally shake off its past and step into global leadership? Enter Elon Musk. Always watching the horizon, Musk spotted a new movement rising. A generation of young, driven Filipino leaders were pushing for change, digital upgrades, transparency, and a stronger connection to the global economy. With tech ecosystems expanding, renewable energy projects gaining ground, and big-ticket infrastructure rolling out, foreign investors began circling again. And Musk? He made his move before the rest of the world could catch on. Starlink arrived. Infrastructure gaps began to close. The digital divide started to shrink. And suddenly, the Philippines wasn't just keeping up. It was leading. By 2030, some experts say the Philippines could be standing shoulder to shoulder with Asia's giants, Japan, South Korea, and India. Not just because of its natural resources, but because of its young, skilled, and highly connected population. Silicon Valley may have started the tech revolution, but places like Manila, Cebu, and Davao are now writing the next chapter. The country has evolved from a BPO hotspot to a serious player in AI, robotics, fintech, and aerospace. Filipino engineers aren't just building for companies like Tesla. They're leading breakthroughs in autonomous vehicles, neural networks, and advanced computing systems that are changing the very foundation of modern tech. And that's just scratching the surface. The Philippines is now climbing into the global space race. SpaceX isn't just launching satellites from Florida, it's collaborating with Filipino scientists on next-gen aerospace tech, Mars missions, and sustainable space systems. Local startups are building homegrown satellites. Filipino researchers are developing green energy systems that could fuel deep space exploration. The world may have overlooked the Philippines before, but that window is closing fast. Because this isn't just a story of a nation catching up. It's about a nation leading the charge into the next frontier. The only question left is, will the world finally recognize it? Gone are the days when the Philippine economy was fueled mostly by remittances. By 2030, it's projected to become a magnet for cutting-edge manufacturing and global investment. From Luzon to Mindanao, high-tech factories and semiconductor plants are reshaping the nation's economic identity. The country is going all in on advanced tech, EV parts, quantum chips, biotech breakthroughs. And guess what? Philippine-made innovations are now essential in industries across Europe, North America, even Africa. Meanwhile, the tech billionaires who once overlooked the Philippines, they're scrambling. Zuckerberg, Apple, Amazon. They're racing to claim a slice of what's already booming. But here's the kicker. They're too late. The Philippines isn't just rising. It's already arrived. Elon Musk saw it coming. He moved first, locked in partnerships, secured the talent, helped build the infrastructure. And now, the Philippines has birthed its own tech unicorns. Homegrown giants are taking over spaces once ruled by Silicon Valley. But let's pause and ask, what does this mean for the West? The opportunity was there. The raw talent, the hunger, the brilliance, all right in front of them. They could have partnered, invested, grown together. But they didn't. They hesitated. They underestimated the Filipino spirit. And now, the world is shifting. The Philippines is no longer just a developing country. It's a rising force, a hub for tech, innovation, culture, a new global player with a seat at the table. So now we ask, will the West finally wake up? Or will they continue to look down, until they're left behind. Musk saw it. He acted. But this story? It's only just beginning. With bold leadership, smart investments, and the relentless drive of its people, the Philippines is racing toward greatness. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Are we watching the world finally catch on? Or are we witnessing the birth of a new global superpower? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this moved you, like, share, and subscribe to stay ahead of the curve.